again. They won't see another year. And I hope it's long. Yeah.
Another minute silence for all victims and all survivors.
Right, in the last hour in this town, I've heard so many people say, but child abuse doesn't affect me. It's got nothing to do with me. Well, I'm sorry. You go to work on a morning, you go to the shop in an afternoon, you go anywhere in this town, and child abuse has a knock-on effect on you. The way somebody treats you, because of the shitty day they're having, because of their memories of what went on. Child abuse affects, in one way or another, every single person in the world. You don't know why the local whack job is shouting at himself in the window yet again when he's pissed out of his tree. You don't know the demons that are in his head and the memories that he's reliving, or the pictures that he's seeing in front of him, reminding him of the abuse. A simple smell or a sound can trigger a flashback, and that flashback can last until it lasts. It can be an enormous hour, or it can seem like forever when you're trapped inside it. When you're trapped inside the memory of the abuse, all you want to do is run away from. And then you have people saying, but child abuse doesn't affect me. Well, yeah, it affects the ambulance man that has to come and get him, and the policemen that have to deal with him. It affects the members of the public that have had to put up with him as he's shouting and screaming in the windows. It affects everyone around him. It affects your children. You get to the point where, no, you cannot deal with life. You cannot deal with your memories, the pain, the hell, the self-hatred. So you take it out on everyone around you. You don't mean to, but you just lash out. Be it physically, emotionally, just verbally. That can be the worst. But you don't mean it. And you wish to God you'd never done it afterwards. But you can't help hurting those around you because you are hurting. And that hurt all stems from your past, your childhood, your formative years, the years where you are set on your life path, made how you are going to become. A child filled with anger will grow up filled with anger. A child full of hatred will grow up full of hatred. And that is what this town was churning out. That is what every town in the UK is churning out. Because they are ignoring the child abuse that goes on under their own noses. And it is time to put a stop to it. In the next few years, As some of you will know, there is an independent inquiry into child sexual abuse, hosted by Justice Goddard. New Zealand judge that's been brought over here. Yes, she's establishment. Yes, there's a few doubts about her. But it's the last chance we're going to get anything on record that happened. This is the one ship in the ocean. If this ship sinks, yeah, okay, then we can turn around and call it a sack of shit. But until you've been involved with it, until you have engaged with it, you cannot turn around and condemn it. You cannot say it has failed until you actually give it a chance. So I am here today asking you all to please give Goddard that little bit of a chance to actually investigate the cover-ups that were allowed to be perpetrated. Tell her the failings, but when you do that, make sure you have 3 copies of the information you are submitting. One for your solicitor, one for yourself, and one for Goddard, and you do not give her original documents of anything. You give her copies only. But until you engage, you cannot say it has failed in its aim. And yes, it's going to be a few years in your doing. But in those 5 years, there will only be a set, limited window for you to give your evidence to them. And then most of that is then going to be them considering everything and doing further investigation. I would ask anyone that witnessed abuse or suffered abuse and tried to report it, or thought it should have been noticed, picked up on and stopped, and it wasn't. Anyone that feels let down by the system of residential childcare or childcare in itself as a whole, to contact the Goddard inquiry and give it a chance to find the truth.
Because you can't call it a sack of shit until it's failed.
I believe by the conclusion of the Goddard inquiry, expected 2020, there will be up to 200,000 children per year abused in the UK. Who do you think said that? Other than me. This is Simon Bailey, ladies and gentlemen. Simon Bailey is Chief Constable of Norfolk Constabulary. He's also the head of Operation Hydrant. It was Simon Bailey that stated by the conclusion of the Goddard inquiry 2020, up to 200,000 children will be abused in the UK. Child abuse since 2012 has risen by a shocking 88%. In 2014, there were 50,000 children sexually abused in the UK. In 2015, when Simon Bailey made his statement of 200,000 children being abused in the UK, there was 70,000 children being abused. So that means, ladies and gentlemen, in order to get to Simon Bailey's figures of 200,000 children by the year 2020, that means we have in the UK 26,000, just over 26,000 children consecutively, year on year, until we get to the year 2020. At that point, ladies and gentlemen, we have Simon Bailey's figure of 200,000 children abused in the UK. But 200,000 children seems a hell of a lot. That's not near enough to your children just yet. Let's see if we can get it a little bit closer, shall we? When we nip over to the Children's Commission and we look at Anne Longfield's statistics, OBE, Anne Longfield, it is our legal duty to protect children in England. Now, when we look at their figures, they state, ladies and gentlemen, that only 1 in 8 child receives professional attention for child abuse. 1 in 8, ladies and gentlemen. So what that means, ladies and gentlemen, is that when you put those figures together with Simon Bailey's figures, you have an estimated 1.4 million children at extreme risk of child sex abuse in the UK. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I've been going up and down the country just trying to get people to understand just how close this is to the school gates, how close this is. At the moment, ladies and gentlemen, we have 100 files going through to the Goddard inquiry a month. Child abuse in the UK has exploded since Jimmy Savile. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to bring you a few names in, because as the Goddard inquiry is, it's not just dealing with institutional child abuse, it's also dealing with areas such as Westminster, which is an area that I've been concentrating on. I'm going to show you a few names and a few... Did you pass me those, sir? So since the Jimmy Savile saga, ladies and gentlemen, which brought in over 650 victims, we start here at Westminster. This, ladies and gentlemen, I don't know if you know him, his name's Ted Heath. He was the Prime Minister in 1970. He took, basically, us into the European Union. Although dead now, Edward Heath has got 7 police forces investigating him for child abuse. Edward Heath was a regular visitor to Holt de la Garenne, where over 200 children were abused in Jersey. He was often pictured there with Jimmy Savile. He was also a member of the Paedophile Information Exchange. Paedophile Information Exchange was a body of paedophiles that believed that sex with children as young as 4 years of age had no adverse effect on him. Now, Edward Heath had Margaret Thatcher as his Education Secretary. Now, Margaret Thatcher, ladies and gentlemen, just before you build her £30 million museum, now, Margaret Thatcher, ladies and gentlemen, she knew all about child abuse. Margaret Thatcher knew all about child abuse. I'm going to tell you how she knew all about child abuse. We're going to start with this gentleman, a regular visitor to North Wales, ladies and gentlemen. This is Sir Peter Morrison. This was Margaret Thatcher's top aide. Now, Rob Richards, the Welsh Secretary, identified this horrible man, identified him at Bryness. An intelligence officer, Colin Wallace, he informed him what was going on in Northern Ireland, Kincora Boys Home, ladies and gentlemen, was an intelligence gathering service. Children were being used and abused and fashioned out to rich and powerful men, like I've just shown you. Colin Wallace wrote to Margaret Thatcher and told her that Kincora Boys Home was being used as a honey trap. The British Secret Services were using a children's home to ensnare the rich and the powerful people of Northern Ireland. Some of these rich, powerful political people got caught with their pants down at Kincora Children's Home, ladies and gentlemen, where boys were being fashioned out to London, ready, made to order children. Ladies and gentlemen, child abuse in the UK at the moment, as I said, is getting incredibly close The statistics now, ladies and gentlemen, are 5 to 1, 6 to 1. That's the chance of your children. We need to come together on this issue. You see, I watched throughout my whole life as an activist, I've watched Britain collapse. It collapsed at the miners, it collapsed at the poll tax, it collapsed on Iraq, it collapsed on torture, it collapsed on student fees. Are you going to collapse on child abuse? Are we going to collapse on child abuse? I won't be collapsing on child abuse, ladies and gentlemen. I'll be going around the country telling this story to anybody that listens. I thank you for your time, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for listening.
I would like to tell people that there are people in government, employed by government, who are actually employed to stop child abuse, to look after children, and yet these people are actually the people who are allowing and propagating child abuse. Now, you hear of people saying conspiracy theory. Up until 6 years ago, I was a professional man travelling the world. I have lectured at NASA. I had laboratories and business at Glendower University. 6 years ago, I became involved in looking and investigating child abuse. What I discovered was the more you investigate child abuse in this country, the more you will discover. As you investigate, what you discover gets worse and worse and worse. Can you imagine being a parent and people come to your house and they take your children away? And they take your children away for really no good reason. And when you come to try and fight this in the family courts, or you try reporting it to the police, what you find is the family courts are designed to take children away from families for any small reason. And once the family courts have your children, they will give you any kind of invention, any kind of lies to actually keep your children off you. The family courts are actually one of the major enterprises which are helping and assisting in child abuse. On the board behind me, you can see that top judge, Sir James Munby. This appears to be a bit of subterfuge by the council. Can I get your basket and speak to the House? No. Judge Munby, the head of the family court system, this judge Munby, the head of the family court system, has actually said that we should jail social workers. Hey! Said that we should jail social workers because and when they tell lies. Why is it in our civilized society we have to have the #1 judge in the country telling people that we should jail social workers? Why does that situation appear? Think about it. Is this Russia? Is this the Yemen? Is this Saddam Hussein? North Korea? No, this is England. And here in this Britain, should have known. Here in this supposed civilized country, we actually have a top judge saying we should jail social workers. That is a disgrace. That is a public disgrace. Now, the number of children being abused in this country
is huge. Cameron called it the industrial scale child abuse. Think about that. David Cameron, the man leading the country, actually says we have industrial scale child abuse. Now, how can you possibly have industrial scale child abuse with so many people who are employed to protect children? Think about it. How is it possible that we have industrial scale child abuse? And the reason we have industrial scale child abuse is because we have industrial scale child abuse cover-up. They are covering up what is happening to children. Why do these people cover up child abuse? One of the primary reasons is we have an immoral group of people. The entirety of social services, this is my proposition, and I will argue it in court anywhere in the world. I have challenged all the top professors in social work teaching. My proposition is that social workers are a wholly immoral enterprise. These people abuse children. When they see a child being abused, their reaction is not to stop the child being abused. Their reaction is to protect their job, to protect their colleagues. They sacrifice children into abuse to protect their colleagues. I don't know about you. I find that absolutely evil. When you are employed to protect people, to protect children, and the net result is you allow children to be abused just so you can be in office, you can be paid. Imagine it. This is like a doctor who kills patients who he is paid to look after. When children are abused, it is not nice. It is something that goes on for years. The people who are abused have dreadful lives. They live in a dreadful situation for years and years and years. So, I ask you today, simply investigate. Do not believe what I am saying. Investigate. Research. Look. Ask questions. And you will discover, the more you investigate this, the more you actually scratch through the surface, you will find there is child abuse going on all around you, and that the people paid to protect the children are actually part of the abuse mechanism. Thank you.
That I've done to give my story. I can't speak for Gary, I can't speak for Tony, I can't speak for you, for Kaz, and I can't speak for anybody else. And I wish, what's the painful side is that I really, really wish that I would have had the guts to be able to say it then. But like I said to Sarah earlier, it was what we call the norm.
Yeah.
And coming from Liverpool into an environment where it was just the same. I'm not saying it happened week in, week out, you know, I'm saying, but when it did happen,
normal.
It was the norm. So, for me personally, it's come to an end.
We had some very good times yesterday, didn't we?
Yeah, we had more good times than we had bad times. But that doesn't justify the fact is...
with you.
Yeah. But the likes of that man up there, and others, can't mention names I know, but the likes of that man up there, who didn't deny anything, but made it bad.
As he is, I've just watched that man's colour and his face go from white to whiter.
And he should be scared.
Answer your questions, that's all. I'm just asking a question. Ask a question. If really what I want to do, I want to grip him by the throat and do what. But you know what? I'm better than
that.
So
do I.
Yeah,
but a nice little admittance, and where I'm concerned, seriously. Sorry, Tony. I tell you, that would go a long way with me.
But it's not going to happen.
But it ain't going to happen.
It's never going to happen. No. So to make us better and not be bitter and not be angry and not be, you know, the aggressors, as they like to call us.
What gets me now, see, is as I've explained to you and yourself. It's not so much now what happened to me all them years ago. It's the knock-on effect.
Yeah.
My son,
Your grandson.
and now my grandson. Social services are involved. It's that ripple effect. Knock on, knock on, knock on, and it don't stop. It won't stop.
Steve, you must have had him
And we won't stop.
Sorry?
You must have had him chasing your
Well,
kids.
let's hope it does stop it. Let's hope.
I'm going to stop it.
Yeah, hope we do.
It will stop.
Yeah, what?
You'll come to Chester in March next
Why
year.
has that minibus only got a kid in the back of it?
Come to Chester, yeah?
Going to the
Crown
wilderness.
Court. You wait to hear what comes out, yeah?
Yeah.
And evidence.
That's where I've just spent. I spent 7 hours.
Well, they're still listed partially as a children's home.
as a witness.
So it's
being
precisely.
made
Yes, I know, that is
into
under prospects for
the
young
worst kind
people.
of
Except Stephen Elliott had to sell his company.
Yeah.
I thought I was going there to
Yes,
That
I
cop
should
up
ask God.
and it's as they've done with all the cases, you know, since it's been going on since the 80s, the more
Stephen Elliott and John Christopher Edwards
We're
both
never
have
gonna get
stepped
the
down
justice
from prospects for young people.
Disagree.
and that's what's sad, unfortunately.
They did
She's-
me before.
she's gone.
Yeah? I spent a year in alt course on remand for reporting child abuse.
Were you
And then when I got to Crown Court, yeah, 4-day trial, they acquitted me because I'd reported abuses and criminals, yeah? So after Crown Court, I go back to Cheshire Police, don't want to talk to you. We're not talking to you. And so since then, it's been multiple arrests and more court cases, but they've finally overstepped the mark. What they've done is they've now charged me with terrorising 5 policemen, yeah? I have terrorised 5 policemen by naming them as abusers of children and covering up children's crimes. And this is going to the Crown Court. Now, in the Crown Court, I'm going to be calling up judges, yeah? 2 crime commissioners, chief constable, the whole bloody works, yeah? That's going to be my witness list. Now, when I was previously in the magistrates' court, CPS sat there, silent. They hadn't a clue what to say, yeah? They just sat there silent, not a clue. But I'm going to get all this out and get it out properly in this next court. The last time I was at the Crown Court, when they did this to me, to try and stop me, letting everybody know about it, you know what they did? They arrested me the night before the trial, and they kept me in the police station and in alt course, so I couldn't talk to anybody during the trial.